Okay. That's so typical of the way I would play. So if anybody cares about the way I would particularly play, learn exactly what I just did. Those are the most common ways that I follow a chord. These chords that we just played, that's just what naturally comes out. And let's start to break that down a little bit. A minor chord comes up. Basically, you can use your notes in your A minor scale or A arpeggio. A minor would look like this. Right, that's your basic 1, 3, 5, root, third, and the fifth. And then when the D comes up, I start to get a little bit more adventurous. So D minor happens. And I like to hit this B note over D minor, which has a really exotic sound. So I like to target myself to that D note. So say I'm playing in the A minor part and I'm going. And then I know the D's coming up, so I try to get to a B really quickly. Because I know what's coming up, I know what note I need to hit, so I try to get it somehow. So D is a real common note for me to hit over that B is a real common note for me to hit over that D minor chord. And also I like to hit F over that, which is like it works nicely in the key of D because it's a minor note. And it's also nice to go to that note because it's not so great to hit that particular note over A minor. Because if you got A minor going, it's not really nice to sit over that note in A minor. It's nice to pass over it. But it's not really nice to sit on it. But when D minor comes, it's totally great to sit on that note for a while. So that's a fresh note that you haven't really sat on and used up too much in the chord before. So if you think about that, say now it's okay to use that F note and lay on it for a while. That's why I kind of break into that note commonly over a D minor chord. And then the F comes up, the F chord. I think taking that concept one step further, a note that you couldn't use on either chord would be like E flat. Like E flat over A minor would sound like this. Not very pleasant. Over D minor would sound even worse. But if you wait until you get to the F chord, you could play it and not pretend, just act like you're playing an F7th over there, you know? You can just go, it's like, oh, I meant to hit that weird note. I meant to hit that note there, you know? Basically, it sounds like you're playing a 7th there, because you are. And for the first time in the progression, you can use an E flat. So I like to break out that note because it's fresh then. So I'll commonly go to that E flat there over F, and then E comes. There's a lot of different things you can do over a major chord in a minor progression. What I did probably the last couple times when I just improvised was kind of subliminally throw in a diminished over that. I probably soloed like a diminished thing. Thing about a diminished chord, if you play it over like E major in this progression, 3 of the notes are going to be perfect. Like that's like an E7th. The only note that's kind of out there is F over E. But if you use it kind of as a passing note, it's going to really just sound exotic. So when the E comes up, so typically I might break into some kind of diminished feel there. So that's just kind of some of the thought processes that happen when I'm playing a progression like that. And that's a really good one to like just tape and loop it for a while and solo over and then get a feel over what the notes are going to sound like over the chords. When you're confident about the notes that you choose, you can just bang, hit them like you're just rip someone's head right off with it, you know. If you're aware of the note, that's all that much more strength you're going to have when you dial into that note, you know. So just be aware and wake up. Now I'm going to do something that's real common to my guitar playing, something I've done a lot of times throughout my career. Now I'm going to break that down for you. The chord progression goes C, then E minor, and then for half the time it's A minor, and then G, then F. That's the whole thing. So the melody looks like this: 2, 3. Then I'll arpeggiate with the melody going on, the same chord progression. If I follow each chord, the first one isn't actually an arpeggio. I kind of like took a pentatonic scale and followed it like this. That sounds really nice over a C major chord. For the E minor chord, I went these things all separately make great exercises too to practice and try over different chords and different chord progressions, but I'm just showing you the ones that I used. So that's what I used over the E minor, I did that. And for A minor, I went like this. The same pattern, but only once around because it was half the time in the progression, and then comes G.